Dior Sauvage Eau De Parfum. Is it even better than the original? Let's see after the intro. What's going on, guys, and welcome again to another video. Today I'm really stoked just to give you my opinion on the new Dior Sauvage Eau De Parfum and compare it to the original Dior Sauvage EDT or Eau de Toilette. This little decant was provided by a subscriber and a friend. He wants to keep his name anonymous. Thank you so much for that, sir, and I'll keep your request, Mr. X. And by saying that, let's move on to the review. And Dior Sauvage EDP, the wait is over for too many other countries but the US, but it's coming out very soon, guys. Dior Sauvage EDP is another Ambroxan bomb, guys. It's the same DNA as the original, but at the same time, I feel like the Ambroxan amount in it, it's a little bit less than the original. It doesn't feel, or it doesn't give that synthetic feel as much as the original. It is definitely rounder around the edges, and it's even a little closer to Dylan Blue than Dior Sauvage EDT, in my opinion. When it comes to the roundness, it's not as rough. That's what I'm trying to say. If you wanted a full comparison video between Dior Sauvage and Dylan Blue, please check out my previous video. I'm just gonna leave links down here or in the description down below. But what I really noticed the most from the EDP is these spicy elements. It's definitely got a big dose of star anise and nutmeg, especially when you first spray it on, and it's very, very pronounced. For me personally, before I even start judging this fragrance, let me tell you guys that I'm not a big fan of star anise. Star anise usually gives me that somewhat licoricey feel that I'm not a big fan of at all. And to be honest here, before I even smelled this fragrance and I heard that it's got a big dose of star anise, I was a little skeptical and I thought I would hate this fragrance because of the star anisey licoricey vibe that I thought it gives. And let me tell you guys, does it give licoricey feel? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But at the same time, it's not overwhelming and it's not so licoricey and it's not long-lived as well. So personally, I am okay with it. It's not my favorite, to be honest, but I can live with it. If I don't own the EDT, to be honest, I would have probably purchased the EDP even though it's got that big dose of star anise at first. But at the same time, I feel that the spicy elements at first, it gives this fragrance a character. It makes it more upscale and classier, if you know what I mean. It also makes this fragrance a little older. I'm not saying old, but a little older than the original. By saying that, I mean high schoolers, for example, or people from their early 20s, they would definitely prefer the EDT over the EDP. You can totally feel the density of the oil compounds compared to the EDT. It is definitely thicker and denser if you compare them side by side. When it comes to the versatility, the EDT definitely wins. The EDT has that citrus note that it makes it way fresher than the EDP. And pretty much makes you can wear the EDT anytime, anywhere you would love to. Unlike the EDP, which I personally think it's pretty versatile as well, but in a lesser degree. And I feel like that density and the spices from the EDP, it makes it more suited for more dressed up nighttime occasions. When it comes to the performance, the EDT is definitely louder. I feel like the EDP is way more tamed down than the original, especially when you first spray it on. I felt like it stayed way closer to my skin. And again, I'm talking from a decant experience. I always say give the fragrance a 25% more when it comes to performance if you're just using it from a decant. When it comes to the longevity, it was a bit tricky. The original stays on me 10 to 12 hours. On the other hand, the EDP stayed on me between 8 to 10 hours. I've been wearing it for 3 days straight, and I even went to the gym wearing it just to give it like a hardcore testing. So it's got a decent longevity, but compared to the original, I feel like the original stays a little bit longer. But again, I'm talking from a decant. On the other hand, the day I've worn it all day at work, then I went to the gym afterwards. It was really close to the skin pretty much all day at work. But when I went to the gym, I would say 9 hours later or something, and I just started running and just like working out, I felt like the body heat and the body temperature made that fragrance like really radiates, and I felt it really pronounced after I would say 9 to 10 hours in, but with the body heat. So I feel like this fragrance would perform way better when it comes to projection at a club or at a lounge or something that makes you elevate your body temperature pretty much. The compliment factor, and I'm pretty much being 100% honest here, I didn't get any verbal compliments, but the thing is, I've been wearing this fragrance pretty much to work for the past 3 days, and it stays really close to the skin, so people need to get really close to you to be able to smell it, especially after the first hour. But on the other hand, when I went to the gym and my body temperature raised up and this fragrance was radiating, at least when I felt it was radiating, I felt like people around me was a little nicer to me than the usual. So I thought it was maybe the fragrance could be something totally different, but yeah, just take that with a grain of salt. But I can tell and I know for sure that this fragrance would get you compliments. It's not gonna be as much as the original due to the fact that it's a bit spicier, it's a bit older, and people would hardly be able to smell it on you. But it's a very pleasant scent. Final rating, if I give Dior Sauvage EDT 9.5 out of 10, I only deduct half a point because of the syntheticness, especially at first, but if it wasn't for that, it was gonna be a 10 out of 10 fragrance for me personally. I would give Dior Sauvage EDP probably 8 out of 10, which is still a great score. I would deduct 1.5 points, half a point for the performance, half a point for the spicy notes at first, which is I'm not a big fan of personally, to be honest. It could be a plus for a lot of you guys, but for me personally, I really love the freshness the EDT gives. And I would deduct another half a point for the versatility, which I think the EDT definitely wins in that category as well. So this is pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys again for watching, and please let me know what do you think in the comment section down below. What do you think of this video? What do you think of the EDP? Have you smelt it already? And of course, please don't forget to subscribe and help me out reach that 10,000K goal that I'm looking for before the end of this year. And I know sponge making smelling good always easy. Peace.